It never had a single abolition law like slavery, but by the early 19th century, it was mostly gone in the United States. In the American colonies, indentured servitude peaked in the 1600s and early 1700s, especially in Virginia, Maryland, and the Caribbean. By the Revolutionary War, 1770s to 1780s, fewer indentured servants were arriving. By the early 1800s, the system was largely replaced by wage labor and African slavery in the South. Some remnants of indenture continued in places like the Caribbean, South Asia, and Africa under the British and French colonial empires into the 19th century. For example, Britain brought Indian indentured workers to the Caribbean, Africa, and Fiji from the 1830s to 1917. That was different from colonial American indenture, but showed how the model was adapted globally. Why it ended rise of African slavery, cheaper and permanent. Landowners realized enslaved Africans provided lifetime labor, while indentured servants only worked for 4 to 7 years. Enslaved Africans' children were automatically enslaved, making slavery a self-reproducing labor force. Besides, most indenture servants were poor workers. Decline in European willingness. Fewer poor Europeans wanted to sign contracts for brutal colonial work after word spread about the harsh conditions. Opportunities within Europe improved slightly by the 1700s, reducing desperation. Economic shift. As economies matured, wage labor became more practical. Instead of binding contracts, people worked for pay. Political and social change. The American Revolution promoted ideas of liberty and freedom, making indenture seem outdated and less acceptable, even while slavery persisted. Summary ended. Late 1700s to early 1800s in the U.S., but continued in colonial systems abroad into the late 1800s. Why? Replaced by African slavery, decline in European workers willing to indenture, economic changes, and shifting social attitudes.
Okay, so first of all, I know many of you already know this. This is really to debunk a lot of the myths and lies that have been told for a long time.